the same chapter Java. Okay, so we have completed till page number 61. We'll start with page number 62. But remember, if this video is not clear to you, I'm not just showing any other page here. It's just the book page number 62. So you can open your book and you can see what is written here. So I'm just going to explain the terms. Okay, so the first one is the fundamentals of Java language. There are some fundamentals which are used in Java language are the tokens, okay, which we are going to learn about tokens. So token is we can say a smallest meaningful element of a Java program is called a token. Token define the structure of the Java language. The token are the basic building blocks which can be put together to construct programs. A token can be a reserved word such as int or while, an identifier such as sum or I, a constant such as 5 or keeps in a single quotation mark, a punctuator such as the brackets or the curly braces or a semicolon or a comma, or an operator such as plus, minus, modulus, divide. All the tokens that comprise Java are known as Java token set. So if we talk about token, so every individual, okay, every smallest unit in a program is known as token. So if we talk about from the beginning of the program, once we start writing, we start with the public, class, and then the name of the class. Then we open the bracket. If you see this example on this page, so from the public word, the beginning of the class, till the last closing curly brace, everything is known as token. Okay, so every small this public is a token, class is a token, name is a token. Okay, public static void main, every single word or the single bracket or a comma or a double quote mark, semicolon, everything is known as token. So we can say that every smallest unit in a program is known as token. Now we will talk about the identifiers. The identifier is any name given to different components of Java program. Identifiers are used to denote class name, method name, and variable name, and these are defined by the Java program. So identifiers, if we talk about identifiers, being you a Java, being suppose you are a Java programmer, you are writing one program, okay, and in the program what do? You give some class name, okay, as per the program, or as per your thinking, you give your own name to the class, you give your own name to the method, you give the name to the variable as per your wish, as per the requirement, right? So the name which you gives to the class, method, or the variable, okay, the name to the data type. Suppose you want to store your age, so what you write? Int age. So age is your variable there, so that you decide it on your own, that what name you want to take as a variable name. So these are known as identifiers, and there are some rules to write these identifiers. The first one is an identifier that we use in a program may be composed of any combination of letter A to Z, capital letters, it can be small letter, underscore, dollar sign, etc. Okay, but remember this should not begin with a number, it should always begin with a letter. Okay, an identifier should not be a Java keyword. So we will learn what are the keywords, and it should not be a keyword. Java identifier can be of any length. You can write as small as you want, as big as you want. So there, the length is not specified here. And I have already told the fourth rule that it must not begin with a number. Okay, so these rules are there to write the identifier's name before we give the name of the class, name of the method, and name of the variable. Okay, so this is called identifier. The next comes as keywords. Keywords are the reserved words of Java program with some special meaning and can be used for that purpose only. The keywords cannot be used as identifiers, that is variable name, class name, method name. All keywords are written in lowercase letters only. For example, public void class. Now if I talk about the keywords are the special words that convey a special meaning in the Java language. Okay, and you cannot use these keywords as the name of the class, name of the method, and name of the variable. These are very special words used at a specific place. For example, public is a keyword which is always used in the beginning of the class or the method name. So can you see public class name, public and then the method name static void main. So public is a keyword. In the same way, static is also a keyword. Can you see in the method static? Static means it is a class method. So static is a keyword which is used at a particular place. Void is also a keyword. Main is also a keyword. Okay, integer, string, all these are known as keywords. Right, while, do. Okay, we will learn about the different types of keywords. So these are the, remember this, these are the reserved words. They are reserved for some particular use. You cannot use it as per your wish wherever you want to use it. Suppose if you want to give a name of your class, you cannot write as class because class is a keyword. So you cannot write class as it is as the class name. Next is the constants. Constants mean the fixed value that do not change during the execution of the program, and these values can be digits or the character constants. For example, 12 minus 22.5, 7.5, blue jay in double quotes, skips in double quotes. So that is this character constants, the characters which are going to remain same, and these constants are also known as literals. So constants, by the word only we can identify the numbers or the words that are not going to be changed when you run your program, when you execute your program. So these are known as constants. I hope that is clear to you. Now the next one is numeric constants. Now there are different types of constants here. We'll talk about the numeric constant. Numeric constants are the constants, integer constants or the real constants. So integer is the number without the decimal, and the real numbers we can say with the decimal, with the fractional numbers, are also known as real numbers. Okay, such as 12 minus 5, 2334 minus 786. So and these are the integer constants. It can be positive and it can be negative, but the real numbers are the fractional number which is represented with the decimals. So 1.55 is a real constant, 0.756 is a real constant, etc. Okay, so these are the some of the examples given. The next topic we have is the character constants. Now the character constant can be a single character constant or a string. In a character constant, you can write a single character, or you can write a word, or you can write a sentence which is not going to be changed, is known as the character constant. A single character constant is enclosed in a single quotes. So if you're writing a single letter, that can be written in a single quote marks, single quotation. But if you are adding a word or a sentence, that should be added in a double quote marks, in a double quotation mark, right? That's correct. For example, can you see the example of a character constant where you are writing the single character? It can be a single letter, it can be a single digit. So you can see P in single quotes, 4 in single quotes, S in single quotes, whereas the string constant is a sequence of character. So this is called a single character, and then we have got a string character constant, which is a string constant which is a sequence of characters. There's so many characters you add in a row. It can be a word, it can be a sentence, or it can be a paragraph. Okay, for example, here Kips is written in double quotes. Welcome to the world of Java. A sentence is written in a double quote. So this is called as character constant. I hope this is clear to you. So we have done three types of tokens, which is identifiers, keywords, and constants. And in the next class we will be discussing about variables. Till then, God bless you everyone.